All right, joining us to unpack the crime statistics is forensic and crime expert Calvin Rafadi. Good afternoon, Calvin. Thank you very much for joining us on the program. Actually, before we touch on what has been revealed in those statistics, I'm just hoping there can be a graphic that we can just take our viewers through, just exactly where we've seen a few decreases and where we've seen a few increases. I mean, if we just had to look and just give you an overview of the crime statistics for the third quarter, rape cases have gone down by 3.3%, sexual assault has gone up by 3.5%. Attempted sexual offences, 3.2%, has gone down as well. We see carjacking also has decreased by 19.5%. Robbery at residential premises also decreased by 1.6%. Robbery at non-residential premises also decreasing by 21.3%. So most significantly, what we're seeing, there has been an overall decrease. And then if we look at assault with intent to cause grievous bodily harm, that's assault GBH, it's gone up 1.5%. Common assault, it's also gone up 6.6%. Murder has decreased 9.8%. We've got attempted murder 3.3%. It's also decreased. Common robbery 6%. It's also decreased. And then robbery with aggravating circumstances also down 13.1%. Those are our figures, Calvin. So as we can see, the stats are revealing that there's been a decline across multiple crime categories, although the figures still remain high. That remains at least the refrain from many. Let's start with just the murder statistics. Murder cases decreased by 9.8%. But there are 4 provinces, namely Gauteng, KwaZulu-Natal, Eastern Cape and the Western Cape, where the crime challenges seem to persist. Your views on these stats?
Good evening and thank you for the invite. I want to first start with yesterday's shooting of 3 females in Eastern Cape. We strongly condemn that situation. Yet another incident of the same area of Lusikisiki. And we thought the minister by today, at least, they will give us, what was the motive of the 18 that were shot. But, just to answer you, the crime stats, they are worrying, especially on contact crimes. For instance, if you speak of Eastern Cape, Gauteng, and KZN, we've seen that, the people, the easing cavies or the criminals, they interchange these particular provinces. Like you find guys that are staying in hostel in the KZN, they maneuver into the rural areas, and sometimes you find them even in our hostels here in Gauteng. But we've always said, why don't we also bring the traditional leaders so that we realize that many of these guys, after they commit these horrific crimes of murder and even, injuring people with firearms, they perform certain rituals. Even the cash in transit guy. Now you look at Cape Town, they don't perform rituals. They're more into fighting for thefts for drugs. And once they fight for theft for drugs, we get the anti-gang unit. But why do we still have those members if they are not yielding results? We need to rotate those members of anti-gang unit in the Cape Town. But crime, it is high. And again,
pardon me for interjecting there. So when you speak of the traditional healers in this respect, you're saying they need to be roped in to assist in solving some of those crimes, as you say, that most of them would go there for either cleansing or whatever beliefs they may have. But in most instances that somehow there would be a few traditional healers who would know something and perhaps they should be roped in to assist.
No, definitely. That's exactly what I'm saying. And we've been saying this for most of the interviews when we speak about murder, cash in transit, and any other robberies where people are murdered. Because before some of these murders are committed, there are certain rituals. So even after, these murders are committed, so there are certain traditional leaders, not all of them. We need to rope them in and make an awareness that the aiding and abetting of criminals is a crime. And they need to also be absorbed in the structure of informants and be taught that the reporting a crime, not only are you helping the country, but there is a reward in terms of the committee that sits on awarding the informants.
When we speak of these 4 provinces, when we speak KZN, KwaZulu-Natal, Western Cape and Eastern Cape, it's no coincidence that these are densely populated provinces. Could this aspect also be among the reasons why crime persists in those areas?
No, most definitely. There's more, but at the same time, there's more of role modeling. So even criminals, when they act with impunity and then, nothing happens to them, they become role models. And I'm glad that the minister has mentioned that nobody must seem to be untouchable. So, I mean, if people are worshipped, even during the funerals, we see other people when they are buried criminals, their friends, counterparts, they shoot up in the air. So, you know, criminals, most of the time, they are worshipped where they are. But in terms of role modeling, if we don't deal decisively with the kingpins, then you get more recruits, and then crime will still persist.
And then just in closing, Calvin, unfortunately we have run out of time. When we look at rape, a serious concern in our country, it has decreased by 3.2%, but sexual assault has risen. And when we still look at rape, Eastern Cape has the highest figures. Your take on this?
Yeah, the stats to me, when it comes to rape and attempted rape, I stand to question them because of the stigma on reporting these particular crimes. There are many rape cases and attempted rape that go unreported. And that's why most of the time we urge our viewers that do not leave your drinks unattended when you go partying or nightclubbing, because there's a lot of this modus operandi where they spike their drinks, and then you even get raped without, seeing or being unconscious. And most of the time, many cases, they go unreported because many females, they feel that, they are not welcomed at the police station. And we need to practice this Ubuntu of the so-called friendly rules in the police station.